providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Caregiver Crossing. Thank you all so much for joining us. My name is Terry Stacy, along with
Noah Taylor.
Where's Tina Bina? Tina Bina is out. Tina Bina is out, but it's going to be just you and me. We're sitting around the table here at Joy's house, and maybe this is your first time joining us too. Let you know that Caregiver Crossing is a show brought to you by Joy's House, presented in partnership with Cardon and Associates, and we are here each and every week to talk about all things caregiving, and sometimes even a little more. Sometimes it's just been a while since we've seen each other, so we get together and we chat a little bit. By the way, if we're going to chat just a minute, are you loving the Olympics?
I am so loving the Olympics.
We're putting the opening ceremonies aside. Whatever your thoughts are on opening ceremonies. But the Olympics themselves, with these incredible athletes of all ages, all colors, all nations.
Yeah, from Indiana, from Illinois.
Truly has been fun to watch, I think, for me personally.
I have had a lot of fun. I've always been a really big fan of the basketball.
Yes.
Our team is just incredible
there you
right
go.
now. But
men and women's, right?
Yes, exactly. The men and women's team are both really doing well right now. It's so fun to watch. I've
enjoyed swimming a lot, and we've had a lot of swimmers here from Indiana, so we've had a lot to cheer about. And also just support, if I may, just to support them too. They made it there. Whether they got a gold or not.
Yeah.
But it's been fun to watch them. And for those of you in Illinois, we had the swimming Olympic trials here in Indianapolis. And I think that's maybe why I got a little partial to the swimming, because it was right here in our backyard. But it's been super fun, and I've enjoyed it. Again, opening ceremonies aside, we're talking about the athletic part of the Olympics.
Events, yes,
the actual Olympics. Which, by the way, I read the other day, they were talking about the swimmers and the $600 swimsuits that they wear.
Oh my goodness.
Which take sometimes often an hour to put on.
I can
and bloodies their knuckles from pulling them on because they're like a second skin. Mm-hmm. But I was reading back at some point in the Olympics, way before there was probably television, I'm sure, they just were naked.
Really? And they just swam naked. Well, I bet you get some good water resistance.
Right. Right. But this stuff that they're wearing these days, it can take just seconds, just the tiniest little seconds off of a swim, because they're just like a second. So they're squeezing them in.
And it's crazy too how the swimmers they're only off each other by like half a second,
just a tick.
Yeah,
it's been amazing. I'll tell you what else has been amazing. Is that this week the Alzheimer's Association is convening the largest gathering of dementia researchers in the world at the Alzheimer's Association International Conference in Philadelphia. And there's been some things that they've talked about. One in particular I think that's so interesting is, the major buzz about the class of drugs like Ozempic and Zepbound.
I've heard a lot about these lately.
Really transforming diabetes care and also weight loss, which is where it's getting its focus, is on the weight loss part of it. But now there's this news, in fact, they're calling it breaking research, that is finding those drugs may also protect the brain.
Protect the brain from what specifically?
From Alzheimer's, from dementias. That was reported earlier in the week. In fact, what was the date? It was Tuesday that this was announced. That the drug, oh gosh, I can't read the word. It's a hard word. Liraglutide.
I think that sounded right.
Does it?
I don't know.
The drug liraglutide appears to reduce shrinking in the parts of the brain that control memory, learning, language, and decision making by nearly 50%.
Whoa, 50.
Compared to a placebo in a clinical trial. Okay. So that is amazing. And they also found that the patients who received this particular drug had an 18% slower decline in cognitive function in a year compared to those receiving the placebo. So again, this is just some of the conversation that's happening right now at the Alzheimer's Association International Conference. And then there was another piece of news.
Yeah, they did have another piece of news. This one is on the other hand. It's not as helpful as the drug, but they did find out that too much bacon in the morning or too many hot dogs at the ballpark can actually increase your risk of dementia. According to this new research reported at the Alzheimer's Association International Conference in Philadelphia that we're just talking about, researchers found that
having one of those hot dogs or having too many
hot dogs increases the risk of dementia by 14% compared to
14%.
Yeah, and this is just from eating red meat.
Okay, that's not like 1%, 2%. 14% is something that makes my eyes open a little bit.
Yeah, 14%. That's a pretty big percentage there compared to people who eat less than approximately 3 servings of red meat a month.
Those of you that are listening that are on your way to the Indiana State Fair, because that opened here this week. Once in a while, okay.
I do love a hot dog.
But I'm bad.
Though.
I mean, I could eat hot dogs, 3 of them a day.
Yeah. I really could, especially in Indiana. We're big on
bacon.
We're big on hot dogs and bacon.
Oh my goodness, we support our pork producers.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it.
Additionally, these researchers found that replacing 1 daily servings of processed red meat with the serving of nuts, or legumes such as beans or peas, was actually linked to a 20% lower risk of developing dementia by not eating this red meat. I mean, that is
not eating as much red meat and eating more nuts and some of those things that are filled with maybe omegas.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what they're talking about, this stuff. And what I really like about hearing this news is that there's people that are working very hard.
I do too.
To find what's happening when it comes to Alzheimer's, because the future feels to me, it has felt like, oh my goodness, I'm not sure that they're going to get a handle on this, at least in my lifetime. But with this ever changing world and news that we live in, it's always good to know that they're working really hard to try to find out how to slow the progression or even to cure Alzheimer's.
And they're telling us specifically what we're eating that is actually really bad for.
Yeah, absolutely,
for us. Yeah.
For sure. All right, tell us about how we can get some past episodes.
All right, you can find past episodes of the show at caregivercrossingradio.org, and be sure to like and follow us on Facebook. If you'd like to connect with us to discuss show topics, need help connecting with resources, have a question that you'd like for us to answer on air, or just want to say hey, you can reach us at 317-254-0828 or email Tina at tina@joycehouse.org. Everybody, please stay with us. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing shortly after the break.
Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. Terry Stacy here with you with our producer, Noah. And joining us in studio is somebody who is a huge supporter of Joyce House. She cares dearly for our aging population. It's the wonderful and intelligent Director of Residential Operations at Cardon. It's Jennifer DeWitt. That's it. It's DeWitt, right?
Yeah, DeWitt.
I almost thought, no, it's DeWitt. It's Jennifer DeWitt. We're so glad you're here.
Well, wow, what a wonderful introduction.
She's as cute as anything, and we're so glad that you are here to spend some time with us. Let's introduce you to everybody. Let everybody know a little bit about you.
Okay, well, thank you for having me, first of all. Like you said, we are huge supporters of Joy's House, and a little bit about me and my role at Cardon. I've been with the company for 9 years, held several different roles. I am a health facility administrator, so I've worked in skilled nursing facilities, our independent living facilities, and most recently oversee our companion care entity where we have learned how to take care of people in their homes.
Oh, I think and how long has that actually been going on now?
Yeah,
this particular part of the program.
This is, we've been doing it inside of our buildings since about 1996, but to actually go into the residents' home in their community, we have been doing since October of last year, 2023.
So pretty recently. So I was kind of wondering, since this is such an amazing thing to have people still living in their homes, how does Lifespan Companion Care differ from other types of organizations that do this work?
That traditional service or the traditional senior living option.
Yeah, I think that's a really great question. There's typically when you need support, you're going into a facility, you're needing care from people, nurses, CNAs, but as healthcare has evolved, we've been able to figure out how to train people and deploy them so that people don't have to leave where they're comfortable. If someone, for example, has Alzheimer's or dementia, removing them into an environment where they're not familiar with can sometimes have a more negative impact on taking care of them. So this service line is very important for those that really just quite aren't ready, need some additional support, but don't maybe need that 24-hour care that you get in a traditional assisted living or a nursing facility setting. So we're really thankful to be able to do that.
What does that look like? You come to the house, is it, in the morning, you prepare breakfast? What does that look like for someone on that side of the aisle that is going into someone's home?
It's unique. Every person, I say, if you know how to take care of one person with a certain diagnosis or needs, you learn how to take care of that one person, because we each individually have how we need to be taken care of. And then you can't, just because someone needs to get dressed in the morning doesn't mean you and I get dressed the same way.
Yeah.
A lot of our routines, how we grew up, our professions have a lot to do with making choices. Some people would rather choices be made for them, and some want to be very involved in their care. So what we do is, if somebody is very interested or needing a little bit more support, we go in and we meet with them. We go to their home environment and we assess it. Is there housekeeping needs? Is there things that we're noticing that maybe they didn't used to do? Or that they used to do that they're not quite doing now. We talk to the families. We get a big history of who they are as a person, and that helps us develop that care plan and be able to really understand where we can best support them.
It's customized.
All of it.
It's customized care because everybody's different, and you listen to that. You've heard that. And that kind of leads to the next question, Noah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's incredible that Cardon understands and meets the unique needs of every single person that deserves this care. Along with this, Cardon has so much experience. What other key takeaways has Cardon learned in its decades of experience?
Well, and I think I kind of emphasize this, taking care of one person, learning how to take care of one person is learning how to take care of that one person. And I feel that us expanding into these services, we've been able to really maximize who we take care of, because there are so many people that fall into that gap of not needing to quite move into independent living or quite need it, but still need that socialization. I think staying at home, sometimes you don't think that they may not have any interaction with a person except for the caregivers that come in and help them in the mornings or in the evenings. So that's really important for overall being able to maximize who we can support and where they're at in their care level needs.
Most of the people that we're talking about, that the homes that you're going into, and again, this just started in October, is there a family member that is also resides in that home, or is it sometimes they're completely living independently, but with an Alzheimer's diagnosis, and they're in that stage that perhaps they don't need somebody there full-time 24 hours a day?
Well, the family support,
question, wasn't it?
It was not. Family support is a huge part in making this successful, because there are times when caregivers can't always be there at the times that we need them to be.
True.
Things come up. And so family support is really what makes lifespan companion care successful. And in the sense of, we kind of know how to deploy our staff. And it's not always people with dementia. There could be a very completely independent person who just doesn't drive anymore. So they need to go to the grocery store, and we take them. They can still pick out their groceries, but the driving piece has now become something that's been challenging for them, or getting to the doctor's office, picking up their prescriptions so they can continue to be successful with that. So it does range from people needing 24-hour care and a caregiver being there for all aspects of their daily routine, or just coming once a month and taking them to the grocery store.
Wow, I love that it is just so customized. And sometimes you think, well, I just need to be able to do the grocery shopping. I don't want to go, but you can do just the grocery shopping. You know, you can do just the one thing
and
to make
something
their
that's
life
easy,
better.
Yeah, something that's easy for you and I tends to become difficult for other people, and as you age. And I think
Absolutely.
we don't want to ask for help, and independence is what we all strive to have. And I think this allows them to still make their choices, still have some sort of decisions on the care level they need, and not feeling like they have to move to another setting and rely on other caregivers for that.
So Cardon is incredibly helpful when the guests are still living at home independently. Could you tell us a little bit about maybe the transition into some of that assisted living, how Cardon helps with that?
Right. So I think that's a really great piece of having caregivers in the home, because we can identify things where the dishes aren't quite getting done from the time we were there last to the time we come. And so we can report this. We can work with the family. And as individuals age in life, I think that's what we all do. We're getting older, and things we need help with. We can identify that, and we have 10 assisted livings across central Indiana and 20 nursing facilities.
Is that right? I didn't know you were that big.
Facilities. So, I mean, the progression is there. If you have a fall at home, you can go in for rehab and potentially go back home, or if you need to go to that next level of care assisted living, even if it's for short or long term.
Jennifer DeVitt is with us. She's the Director of Residential Operations with Cardon. They've been a great friend to Joyce House and also to Caregiver Crossing. We're going to take a break. Can you stick around,
I can
Jennifer?
stick around.
Okay, you stick around. Before we do that, though, how can they reach you? Listeners reach you in case they've got to run?
Yeah, there's lots of ways to reach us. You can visit our website at lifespanservices.us or give us a call at 317-333-8240.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you as a service of Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. With locations in Broad Ripple and near the University of Indianapolis campus, Joyce House provides exceptional day services for individuals living with a life-altering diagnosis and compassionate support for family caregivers throughout the community. At Joyce House, we believe that everyone deserves to live their best life, regardless of their abilities. Learn more about our adult day and caregiver support services by calling us at 317-254-0828 or by visiting joycehouse.org today. That web address again is joycehouse.org. Everybody stick around. We will be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after this.
Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. Terry Stacy along with Noah, who is producing today's show once again. And we are still sticking, or Jennifer decided to stick around, I should say. Jennifer DeVitt is here. She is the Director of Residential Operations with Cardon and Associates. Thanks for sticking around.
Absolutely.
Glad you're here, and glad you all are here too. We want to talk about a success story. Before the break, we were talking about the lifespan companion care program within Cardon, and it's fantastic. Began in October, if you're just joining us, and this is a program where you are offering the opportunity to go into someone's home and care for them.
Correct.
Not necessarily 24 hours a day, but if you need 24 hours a day, you can make that happen too. Very customized care.
Right. And when you talk about someone's home, that can mean a lot of different things. So assisted living is somebody's home when they move in. And so this success story, I feel, is really kind of portrays a big picture of what we do. But there was a resident in the long-term care facility and was unable. He was kind of towards his end of life. And so family knew it. It was a hard moment for all of them. And one of his last wishes, he wanted to be able to go to their home on Thanksgiving and eat a meal with them. And the family could have done this and taken care, but what they did was hired one of our caregivers to take him to the home And if he needed to go to the bathroom or needed some personal assistance, what that did was allowed our caregiver to take care of him and allowed the family to just be family again.
Oh my gosh,
and
that's such a great story.
Yeah, and I think overall in a setting, what we forget about is when we rely on family so much, and sometimes the roles shift from being a daughter or a son to now being the person making all the decisions for their parent, and that's hard. And so having that support from a caregiver with lifespan companion care allows them to be family again, and not the one having to do the services and bathe them and take them to the
wonderful.
toilet.
I mean, to me, that is a priceless service that you're offering.
Right. Yes.
And I'm sure those that are going into wherever home, as you said, wherever home is, create these amazing, I bet the stories are there, these stories of them becoming a part of their life. They're not just there to do what they need to do, but I'm sure they become very connected.
And this person actually ended up passing a few weeks after this happened. And for them to have those memories and the happiness that they shared with us is just
for the whole
priceless.
family, for everyone. Right. I mean, for everyone, even for the person that came in, that story of knowing that they were able to make that happen because they were by their side and able to assist. I just think it's wonderful.
Yeah, Terry.
I just do. And again, this is through Cardon, and it's the Lifespan Companion Care Program. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I think you have a really great point there. It's not just about the care. It's about somebody being
connection.
It's about that person being
real
there
connection
with their loved one and spending that time with them and having that social engagement. Could you just discuss the importance of having that social aspect for the person with the life-altering diagnosis?
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest part of this. When you move into a community like assisted living or a long-term care, you have staff there all the time. So the biggest component of this is ensuring, and more so probably for families' peace of mind, especially those that can't be there, is we get to talk to them, understand what their day-to-day is and what their needs are, and be able to communicate that. But there are individuals living at home right now that may go weeks without talking to an individual because they can't drive or do certain things that they were able to do.
Sometimes that's hard for that person to admit, that they can't. And sometimes that's where, and oftentimes, as you said, you come in the beginning and you kind of assess what the needs are. And sometimes families that are there with them so often don't see things as a caregiver, a person coming in from the outside and taking a look and asking those important questions. Because if you missed the conversation before the break, that's part of this program. You come in and you meet with families and you talk about, and you see things that maybe they don't see. I know for me, when I'm with someone in the home and there are things that I miss, that I don't see, maybe that's a need, but that's part of what you all do. Technology, how does it play a part in what you do?
It's huge. Our caregivers use their phones, and we know that they're at that person's home and clocking in, and the client has to sign and make sure that they did that care. But all of it's electronic. We know exactly where they are. We can communicate. So if somebody has a need today and that need changes tomorrow, if the family or that client communicates that to us, we can tell that caregiver who's coming in the next day, and it's almost immediate. So we don't miss the steps of what they're needing because it's all done electronically and the message gets out there.
It's so important because in this day and age, we don't trust anybody, and this is a part of life now. And we need to know who that person is and how connected you are to that caregiver going into someone's home.
Agreed.
And that's technology. See, there's some good to it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not all bad.
There's a lot that goes into finding care for your loved one. What advice would you give to caregivers looking to find the best care options?
Do your research. I talk to people. There is somebody that at some point has needed some help in some capacity, and talk to the people. There are so many options, and Lifespan Companion Care and Cardon, I feel, does an amazing job. But we don't always do the best for everybody, and so what we offer may not be what's right for you, but there is something out there that meets everyone's needs.
There, as we look at the future of senior care, as I'm thinking about the technology, it's constantly evolving. We're living longer. Seniors need that care. What is it that Cardon is doing to stay ahead of these changes that are constant?
We're staying educated. We have individuals with the company that are working with legislation, the Indiana Healthcare Association. We're trying to be part of the solution and really advocating and staying connected with things that are happening. Insurance dictates a lot of what we can and can't do. So really staying connected, being on top of it, having our voices heard is going to continue to help us be at the forefront of what we do.
And those collaborations with others that are in healthcare too.
Absolutely.
There's a connection between all of you.
There's a lot of people that need care, and Cardon and Associates can't take care of everybody. And we have to work with hospitals and with other home health companies because it takes all of us to ensure that we're doing what we need to.
You've been around a long time. A trusted name.
Yes.
Cardon and Associates. How can people find you?
Again, if you're looking for lifespan companion care, lifespanservices.us. Our phone number is 317-333-8240.
All right, Noah?
All right, I just want to say a quick thank you to Cardon. They're grateful supporters.
So good. So good to us.
The reason that we can do what we do on Caregiver Crossing and give out all the resources we can. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jennifer, too, for coming in to see us.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you by Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. With 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us for more information and to find a community near you. Stay put, everybody. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing shortly.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. I'm Terry Stacy with producer. We should always remind people Tina's not here. She'll be back next week, but for the moment, she's not here. On vacation, really, celebrating life, and she should. Noah Taylor is here producing today's show.
Hello.
Hi, Noah. Also want to thank Jennifer with Cardon and Associates. Very thankful for everything that she and Cardon does for not only us, their support of Caregiver Crossing, but also for the community. Thank you for bringing them in, Noah. Mm-hmm. Appreciate it always.
We are very thankful for Cardon. They're incredible for what they do for the community and Joyce House as well. But we've got a very, I don't know if it's an exciting topic, but it's an informational topic for sure.
All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
It is National Children's Eye Health and Safety Month.
Oh, yes, it probably is. School starting.
Yes, school starting, so we got to be a little bit cautious about the young ones. So this was established to raise awareness about the importance of eye health and safety, specifically for children. Children could be a little bit crazy.
Yep.
The primary goal is to educate parents, caregivers, and educators about the significance of regular eye exams, early detection of vision problems, and the prevention of eye injuries. So this is a good month, really, just to...
Well, it's a great month to talk about it, obviously, as the kids go back to school, but it also... I'm not a parent, so I forget. For you that are a parent, I'm sure if you're thinking the kids, it's time for them. Maybe you schedule your own eye appointments, and I don't know what the rule is. I don't know if it's once every year you should go, and I don't know that because I had LASIK eye surgery.
Really, LASIK?
When it first came to Indiana.
Can I ask when that was?
That was probably when I was 20.
Okay.
30? No,
so about 10
30.
years ago?
I was about 30. Yeah, just about 10 years ago. Indiana Eye Clinic is where I went. It's fairly new here. But all I knew was this sounds exciting. I had terrible vision.
Okay.
Wore glasses or contact lenses, and they were a pain in the rear, the contact lenses. Now glasses are cute. But then... not much of a choice. Big red ones was what everybody was always wearing.
Yes, my mom has the same exact glasses. Yeah.
Right. And so this company comes to town and I have it done. And it was 10 minutes over and done. And it was I went to sleep afterwards, came home, went to sleep, took the patches off my eyes. And it was a miracle that this kind of thing could really happen, that they could change my eyes that dramatically. So I had 20/20 vision up until about last year, 2 years ago, I guess it was, when things started to get a little, and they said this would happen. As you age, your eyes are still going to age. And so I had more trouble seeing close up, and had a test a couple of years ago, and got some glasses. Everything's fine. But I think you need to have those eyes checked, particularly as you age. Maybe it is every year. Maybe not so much as you're in your, well,
Younger.
you should, because you could get something.
That's true. Yeah. And
Every year, maybe.
And actually, about 80% of all visual impairments worldwide can be prevented, treated, or cured with proper eye care and early
amazing.
detection. It really
amazing.
is incredible what the technology has done now just for our eyes.
When was the last time you had your eyes checked? Because
Oh,
you're, what,
gosh.
20, how old?
I'm 25 now.
25.
I haven't had my eyes checked in a few years, I want to say. But I do have 20/20 vision.
Yeah.
But not to say that I should definitely be getting them
something
checked
bothers you.
more
You've got
often.
probably good, healthy eyes, knock
Yeah.
on wood, young,
Yes.
healthy eyes.
Hopefully. I am the only person in my family without glasses.
But I can't
so far.
imagine when that time comes for you, if it happens, when your eyes change enough that you're going to need to have something, glasses
Mm-hmm.
or whatever you may choose. I can't imagine what that world will look like on how to repair your eyes. You know, I heard the other day, and this is, they're learning how to grow teeth. Like if
I
you
did
haven't,
see
did you
that.
see that?
I
So
did
if
see
your
that.
tooth falls out, you're going to be able to grow a new tooth. Now, again, amazing.
That is really cool.
Isn't that amazing?
Dental work, oh my gosh, one of the worst things in the world.
And I know. And now the thing is to have, for me, it was veneers and that sort of thing. And now the direction of implants, which is kind of taken over. But holy smokes, to think that you could grow a new tooth as an adult is just amazing to me.
Yeah, that would be so helpful.
Oh my gosh. And
for
how would it
so
work? Do
many
you take a
people, too.
pill?
Yeah.
You know, it probably is going to involve pain where they're injecting that area of
Yep.
the whole, over and over again with
And it
something.
won't be ready for everybody for
Right.
probably a few years or a long time.
And how does it know when to stop growing?
Yeah, it
Are you
could
going to
have-
have to be like a squirrel
Yeah,
and like constantly chewing on wood to keep those carved down?
Gonna start teething again. Yeah.
And who's testing this? Are they growing these teeth in mice right now or whatever?
gosh.
Dolphins,
Probably.
chimpanzees,
A snake?
a dog. There's labs everywhere. But interesting. So my point being, by the time you need them, who knows what that will look like? You'll probably go into a room and come out in a second and new eyes.
You'll have brand new eyes that they grew for you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But it is really important to let people know that preventative care really does help with eyes. Actually, 1 in 4 school-age children do require vision treatment. So I think it is very important that we're looking out for the children and
1
making sure.
in 4 school-age kids require vision treatment. When you were in school, especially when you were little, and kids say they were often bullied for wearing glasses. Do you think that still happens?
I really hope not.
Glasses are so cute.
I think so too. But glasses, I mean, if you get the right ones, they make you look cool
Yeah.
too.
I'm hoping kids don't do what they used to do when kids would come in and
Mm-hmm.
wear glasses. Because when I was a kid, I had glasses and I wouldn't wear them because,
That's how my little sister was.
right.
Yeah,
I hated
yeah.
it. I just was trying to pretend so much that I could see without them. But I couldn't.
Yep.
I couldn't. I needed them. But just the idea of being teased and taunted, I hope kids are not doing that anymore.
So I do have some common signs that parents should look out for that might indicate a child has
Okay,
a vision problem.
please.
So I'm just going to list them off here. One of them is squinting. If your child is trying to look really hard and starts squinting with their eyes, sitting close to screens, like getting really too close to the TV, frequent eye rubbing with their hands, complaints of headaches or migraines, and then sometimes they will cover one of their eyes and try to see out the other one.
I used to pull mine back.
Really?
That helped me and still does today. Vision is better when I pull my eyes back. That's a good list. More?
Ooh, that was it for now, but there probably are more signs to be aware of for parents, but those are some good ones for them to look out in the beginning.
Thank you, Noah. Thanks for today, too. And thank all of you so much for joining us today. We are so grateful for each and every one of you. And as we close the show, we just want to remind you that you can contact us for more information and resources to help you through the journey of caregiving. Do that at 317-254-0828. Noah?
Caregiver Crossing is supported by Cardon and Associates. With 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Until next time, take good care of each other.